Hey, dreamers, welcome back to your Dream Coach podcast. I'm Shayla Wey. I'm a small business coach, growth strategist, and believer that your dream life starts the moment you lead like you mean it. Well, today's episode is for the entrepreneur who doesn't just want to scale a business, they want to build something that feels good, something that reflects who they are and what they stand for. And we're talking about becoming the aligned entrepreneur and what that really means, how to get there, and why alignment is the secret weapon and what most people overlook when chasing it. Now, I do want to preface I use the word entrepreneur in this episode, but I really believe that the world needs more entrepreneur mindset, even if you are currently in a role as an employee, as a manager, as a leader, is having the mindset of an entrepreneur will allow you to grow at a whole different level. And so this episode is going to walk you through what I've found, not just from theory, but from working hard, getting in the trenches of coaching, building teams, pivoting offers, and rediscovering my values when things felt a little bit off. So let's dive in. If your business is going to reflect your values, you really have to know what they are. So alignment is always going to start with that awareness. And this might sound simple, but it's shocking how many business owners and leaders that I work with who never have actually written down or defined their core values. And what I found is that when I've personally felt unmotivated or misaligned, it's not a strategy problem, it's a values problem. And I've learned that fulfillment doesn't come from more work, it comes from more truth. So start here. What do you stand for? What matters most in the way that you lead, serve, and grow, and build from that place? And over my, over 20 plus years of leading people and going through several different chapters in leadership and growth and life, is those values and what you stand for does shift. And so I often encourage people to take a look, in a year, where do you want to be? And in 3 and in 5 years. And when we get really aligned with our core values, I've personally found it's a lot easier to make decisions, because if it doesn't align with the values, then that's an easy yes or no, right? And you are going to start to attract what you are, not just what you market. One of the biggest mindset shifts that I had as a business owner, as a leader, as an entrepreneur is realizing that your brand is an energetic extension of who you are. People don't just buy what you offer, they buy how you show up. Now, when I was out of alignment, trying to hustle, mimic others, or create offers that didn't light me up, I attracted clients who weren't aligned either. But when I got real with myself and started showing up authentically, everything started to change. Your energy sells more than your offer will. And when we talk about selling and we talk about energy, is sometimes people get confused that you have to sell a product. Well, I really believe sales is in everything we do every single day. You're either selling a service, an idea, a product, or yourself. And so we are using that sales skill every single day. And so our energy is going to allow us to attract the right type of clients to the business and the right type of coworkers that want to work with us. So if you are in a leadership or a manager role, just be mindful of that. As I've talked about on previous episodes, is that our team often mirrors, who exactly we are as a leader. Now, I used to say also yes to everything. And so when you start to say no, you can say yes fully. So every opportunity, every client, every collaboration, because I thought that's what hustling looked like, right? Just saying yes to all of those things. But as I was saying yes to things that didn't align with my long term vision, and that ended up really what was draining me. And so I've learned over years that every yes is also a no to something else. And you've heard that before, is that we say yes to good, say no to good to say yes to great, right? Because in business, saying no to the wrong things creates space for the right things to thrive. And boundaries are how you protect your values and your vision. So be brave enough to say no. And when we have that clarity, that again makes that a lot easier. Is this task getting me further or closer to where I need to go with my business, with my team, and in the leader that I'm currently continue to become? And we want to design our business around our life, not the other way around. Now, if your business doesn't support your lifestyle, you're not in the wrong business. Early on, I designed my business and my schedule that looked good on paper, but it kind of left me feeling stuck in my schedule. So now I've built my business to serve my life so I can be present with my family, I can travel, and I can still serve clients at a high level and love what I do. And that's the kind of alignment that fuels both freedom and fulfillment. So you don't have to sacrifice your life to scale. You just need smarter systems and commitment to honoring what matters outside of your work too. And even some of the people that I coach that are in more of a 9 to 5 schedule, there is a bit more of that less flexibility with how they can design their hours. I've worked with them on how to design the hours that they are working. So one of my clients gets to work 30 minutes earlier so that she can go for a walk before starting her day. Another one of my clients has carved out space around lunchtime to be able to listen to a podcast. So even though we might be in a space where we have to be somewhere in certain hours, there is always ways I feel that I've been able to work with clients to really build a life around the business that we're currently working in or that we are currently running. And when we build from purpose and not pressure, I also see a huge shift in energy. So many entrepreneurs build from a place of urgency. I have to hit this number. I have to prove something. I have to keep up with what others are doing. I've been there, but that path leads to burnout. And what I have found is that when I slowed down and I got rooted in purpose, things grew faster because the foundation was really, really strong. So, purpose is going to clarify your message and it magnetizes and it aligns with those clients. And it helps you keep going when results aren't immediate. So, purpose is fuel and pressure is going to really drain you. So, what can you do today to get clear on what is this journey that you're on? Why are you doing what you're doing? Slowing down to speed up and running your own race. That's one of the biggest things that I challenge people on is who cares what everyone else is doing? Is if we are constantly chasing the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and we're never fully enjoying the journey, man, we're going to get to the end of our career and just be full of unfulfillment. So how do we be fulfilled? How do we still have goals, but how do we really get purposeful and have that clarity around what exactly is we're doing day to day? And I've mentioned this as well, where your team reflects your values too, is it's not just about how you operate, it's about the culture that you build. So if your team feels disconnected or unmotivated, look at the values you're modeling. Are you leading with integrity, transparency, and care? Are you encouraging growth and ownership? When I got really intentional about weaving my values into how I coached my team, how I worked with my clients, everything elevated from results to retention. And that's leadership, not just building a team, but building a culture. And the truth is, we have to make peace with evolving. The truth is, as I shared, is that values will evolve, right? I mentioned this earlier, is that as you grow and as you get into different chapters of your life, you will outgrow offers or business models and even client types that maybe once felt like a fit. And that's not failure, it's growth. Right? Success is not a straight line. Business is a constant game of pivoting and adapting and growing and learning and evolving. And I used to cling to what worked, even when it no longer felt right. And what I found is that the true alignment requires ongoing self awareness and the courage to pivot. So your next level will ask for a more honest version of you. So let it. And fulfillment is a strategy, it's not a bonus. And this is a big one. Fulfillment isn't the reward at the end of building a successful business, it's the compass that will get you there. When I prioritized fulfillment, working with dream clients, creating offers I was excited about, having goals and dreams outside of the business and structuring my time in ways that supported my energy, my business actually grew faster. Why? Because people can feel when you're lit up. Fulfilled leaders, fulfilled entrepreneurs lead better, they sell better, and they grow with less friction. Fulfillment is such a key pillar that I'm passionate about because I meet people every single day from around the world that are financially in a great space or they've got all these other things going well for them, but they truly are not fulfilled. And fulfillment, I just feel like, is that fuel that we all need to continue to grow and to continue to enjoy this journey of life. And growth, when we are not in a place of alignment, really is just noise because you can grow fast and you can still feel lost. You can scale a team and increase your revenue and still feel like something's missing. The entrepreneurs who last are the ones who build movements, not just business. They're the ones that stay connected and connected to their why, connected to their people, and connected to their truth. So growth really does matter, but growth with alignment. Okay, that's where the magic it happens. And whether you are a leader, a manager, employee, entrepreneur, is when we are really, really clear on what it is we want, right? And we know why, that is going to allow us to create great movement in business, great systems, and great energy to propel to the next level. And lead like you mean it. At the end of the day, alignment always comes down to leadership, leading yourself. When you lead yourself first, your team will follow. Okay? When we are in a place of leading ourselves first and foremost, we can then lead our teams better, and then we can lead our clients with clarity and conviction. So your values aren't just words on your website. And I have seen this time and time again when I'm coaching people, where they'll have their nice big values and core pillars and mission statements on their walls or on their business cards, but they're not actually leading them and weaving those core values through every part of what they do. And it's really how we lead when no one is watching. And when your business reflects that integrity, people trust you. They follow you, they buy from you. That's the true power of alignment. So, thank you so much for spending time with me here today. If this episode gave you clarity or inspired a shift, I'd love to hear about it. You can tag me on Instagram at Shayla Wey Coaching and let me know, what values are you leading from? What changes are you making to align your business more closely with who you really are? And if this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who's building something that matters. Don't forget to hit subscribe, leave a review, and come back next week for more real talk on building a dream business from the inside out. Because your dream life starts with the way you lead, the way you live, and the way you grow. Until next time, keep going, keep growing, and thanks for being here.